right. I think we're live here. I think we're live. We had a special show. I don't see it live in our Benzinga, but he says we're live. I'm gonna have to believe him. Spencer Israel says we're live. I don't see it, but let's just go with it. Today we're doing a quick little show where Nick, who's 14 years old, is going to teach two 11-year-old girls the basics of the stock market, what a stock is. They have no idea. And their names are Riley and Sienna. And Nick is 14 years old. And I just want to make sure we are live. If we're not live, then what are we doing? Okay, we are live. So teaching kids the stock market. Nick, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Do you think you could teach these individuals the basics of the stock market?
I hope we can try.
Like the real, whatever, like anything that, because they don't know anything with the stock market, and they want to know because they know that the Riley knows that's what her dad does. So you can ask them questions or what have you, but you take over. And Nick is 14 years old, by the way, who's passionate with the stock market. I think he's a wonder kid, and he's awesome. And keep going, Nick. So now you guys can talk to Nick.
What is the stock market?
So a stock market is a system for buying and selling securities or stocks and bonds. Stock is a share in the ownership of a company. So a company would be Microsoft if you guys play Fortnite. Fortnite is with Xbox. Xbox pairs with Microsoft. So that ties in with the Microsoft stock.
So do you know what he's saying? So Microsoft is a public company.
So like Microsoft made Fortnite. Basically.
Microsoft made the Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox.
Yes.
So Nick, what happens when you buy how do you go buy Microsoft stock? Like what does that mean for them?
If you buy, so it will try and boost the shares of a company and any stock. So Apple stock, the Microsoft stock is like a yo-yo. So it reacts very up. So if you get positive news for Microsoft, you're going to have the stock go up. So the shares will increase. If they don't like the news or they don't like the economy news, it will decline. And that's basically what every stock does. If they don't like something someone says or something happens.
So what he's saying is, okay, so you guys, you go to a store. Like what's a store you guys go to?
CBS.
They go to CVS. CVS is a public company.
Yes.
And people like you guys could buy shares of the company. So you can go spend $100 and buy a share of the company. And if other people think that more shoppers are going to go to CVS, the price you paid for that stock, like say you pay $10 a share, will go up in value. If more people
get more money.
You make more money.
Oh.
Get that?
Oh.
So like right now, CVS stock is $59.23 a share.
Okay, so $59.23 a share. So if you bought two shares at $59, and if CVS there's a thing where the company can pay you. So if the company pays you, if you own CVS, you're a shareholder of that company. So like you're part of the ownership of that thing. So like you guys went and bought stuff at CVS today. The good news is that company is going to have more revenue because you guys bought stuff, and you guys, if you own the stock, then maybe you guys would make more money.
How do you buy the stock though?
Ask Nick.
How do you buy the stock?
So there is a website called E-Trade, and you can set up an account, and with E-Trade, you can share and trade publicly, and you can search basically any stock that is public.
So just like you'd go on TikTok.
Oh, it's like sharing something, like sharing your toy.
Well, you wouldn't be sharing your toy. You'd be
giving it.
You would be looking up CVS on E-Trade, like you would look up on TikTok.
So you basically like take.
You would put money, and you say CVS. You said it's $59.
Yep, it's $59.23 a share.
So you would take that, and you would go put the money in E-Trade and buy two shares of E-Trade for $120. So $59 a share. So now you own two shares of each of CVS. If CVS stock goes up because more people are going to buy stuff at CVS like you guys, then you own whatever that goes up. So if it goes from $60 a share basically to $100 a share, you just made $40.
Oh.
So for example, You know, I own Tesla stock.
Yeah.
Or Apple stock.
Oh.
If I bought Tesla at $300 and it's at $435, I made $135 per share.
Is that like in a day, basically?
That's like over a longer time, but that can be worth a lot of money.
I can't.
And so where it gets exciting is this, guys. If you guys start buying stock this early, like does CBS pay a dividend?
Does CBS pay?
Nick is 14 years old and he's a stock market expert. Just want to make that clear.
Yes, they do pay annual dividend of $2 per share with a dividend yield of 3.39%.
Okay, so that is really cool. And they make that sound more complicated than it is. You own CVS shares. Okay, so you bought 2 shares of CVS?
Yeah.
If the stock doesn't do anything and you guys just keep the shares, they have fake nails on right now. I don't know why. That's embarrassing. Okay, they don't usually have them on. It's a joke today. They got them at CVS. They're mad at me. I said that. But if the stock pays $2.50, every year you're going to collect basically $5 from CVS. So you're spending
How do you collect the money?
you're spending money on you're spending money at CVS, and at the same time, CVS will pay you money every year.
How do you collect the money though?
It goes into your account.
Oh.
And you could take it out if you want.
Wait, do you have to work at like a company to get like the money and stuff like that?
Go ahead, Nick.
So no. So pretty soon I'm going to be starting to invest in FANG, which is the 5 major mega cap tech stocks: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Now, through E-Trade, you can set up an account through E-Trade, and you can trade through E-Trade. So you can search any public stock. You can put a bank card towards it, PayPal, however you want to trade. That will make it easier for you.
So you don't have to work there, you know? So you just, he just said Facebook or he said Google.
How much how much money, if you buy like a stock, how much money do you get a day? Or like,
doesn't work like that.
So you don't know how much money you get a day?
You don't get it necessarily a day. You could figure that out. But if you buy a stock like CVS, let's go with your example. If you own, let's say you bought 100 shares, so $6,000 worth. Okay. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, they're going to give you your $3 as a dividend times 100 shares. That's 300. You're going to get $300 every year from the CVS. So what I'm saying to you is,
or like we would have to split that.
You wouldn't split it. You'd have separate accounts.
Oh, right.
So you'd keep it all. You keep it all. So do you guys have anything Apple iPhones or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, that's a good example. They have Apple iPhones. They're spending all that money on Apple, right?
Yep.
And you guys are paying Apple all this money. Okay. Well, do you know what? Are you getting any of that money back?
Nope.
If you owned Apple stock since you were born, you would have a bunch of money from that. And then over the years,
who gives you the money though?
Apple will send you money every not month, but quarterly, like a dividend, and it goes into your account. So like you guys are 11 years old. So when you're 20, you could have a lot of money. So a lot of kids your age, you know, you have piggy banks, you have money, but like you spend it. But if you open a stock market account, I mean, Nick, are you invested in the market?
I'm going to with E-Trade. Going to be buying Zoom video. If like we're doing like right now, Zoom, I think it's up 638% off its year lows. And that is a stock that will just keep growing and growing and growing until a vaccine, until everybody starts to get back normally, because everybody right now is using Zoom and everybody is basically staying home.
Yeah, Nick, I own Zoom. You're right. The market cap though is pretty high. It's moved a lot, but I own Zoom. I bought it a long time ago, but yeah, that's one of the companies that really benefited. I sold some, but yeah, I hear you. I mean, as your point is, they're here because they didn't have school today. They're on Zoom. So yeah, you might be good. And Nick, are you looking to hold it for a short term or long term?
That goes by daily to see how the other market reacts. So like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the DJIA, that's 30 stocks in the Dow. And if it's a majority, so if you have 15 to 15, it will be even. So it could be flat. If you have 20 to 10, it will be up. It all depends how the stock reacts to news or how a particular company is doing if it's in that stock. So for instance, Boeing, if you ever heard the airline Boeing, that's a stock in the Dow 30 major stocks. And if I mean, you do have gainers and losses, and you have, I mean, that you calculate it and it will come out to a pretty big. So it all depends. Some stock could be adding 40 some points to the Dow.
Yep, you're right. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna set up some stock accounts.
Wait,
Okay.
can I have one?
Yes, you're gonna get one, okay? And then I'll talk to your parents, Sienna. But we're gonna get it because I want you guys to understand. He's saying Zoom, so Zoom is this thing that we're using right now.
Can I use Starbucks
And
or
you can do
the Dunkin' Charlie
You can do
thing?
Dunkin' Donuts because of Charlie. And what I want you guys to see is you're owning a piece of America in some respect. When you have an Apple iPhone, you're paying Apple every month for this thing. Apple is making money. So why not own the company as well? Like own a piece of it. Like you don't have to work there. That's what's so cool. So when a company's public, like Rocket Mortgage, like it's public, you don't have to work at
What
the
even
company.
is Rocket Mortgage though?
What do you mean? What is it?
Like what is it? Is it like
People go to mortgages at Rocket Mortgage
oh?
and other stuff. It's a real estate tool. Okay, you put your weird nails down. Okay, so at the end of the day, you guys are paying Apple. Why not make money off what you're paying them? So that's the way I look at it. Like I look at it like the Warren Buffett way, Nick. You know, and you own the stock, you own a piece of the company. So instead of having to go work at all these companies, you own some big pieces. If they start at this age, just like if you start at this age, Nick, and you keep putting money in every month, you're eventually going to have nice, sizable positions. I wish I was investing at your age, Nick.
And talking about your point with Tesla, they just reported earnings today. So if you get good earnings from a company, that stock is going to spike. It's going to go up.
Get it? So if the results are good, so if you know people are using Xbox or buying more Xboxes, that you want to buy more shares of that. You know? Okay, ask your question. You have a question for Nick?
What is the point of the stock market? Like, what's the point of it?
Well, that's an interesting question, but Nick, should I take that one? Because I think I may have a better answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have it, you can take it. But the point of the stock market is companies need to raise money, like to build stuff. So like there's biotech companies
To build what though? Houses?
build iPhones. Like
Oh.
so back in the day, there's investors, but the public market, so the whole world can invest in the stock market. So they sell a portion of their company, like 20% to the stock market.
Oh.
That's the point of the stock market.
I would say it really shows how much a company is worth, what their value is.
Yeah, it also shows what their value is. So it shows what their value is, and it allows people who work at the company to get, equity each year, options, all that kind of stuff. So it shows all of that. It's very powerful in that regard. So that's the point of it. It's the way for people and companies to raise money through a public and efficient market. Efficient means that, when you guys want to like sell something, like you have a lemonade stand.
Yeah.
And the lemonade doesn't sell it right away.
Yeah.
In the stock market, there's a lot of buyers of that lemonade. So if you have shares of the stock, you're going to find a lot of buyers usually. It's like a big marketplace where there's a lot of buyers and sellers, and they match them up. And then, you're able to get money. So let's pretend in that example that you buy CVS and you have 100 shares and you bought it at $50. Okay. So I'm going to get $5,000 in 6 years. Let's say it's $100 and you made $5,000 in profit and you want to sell it. There'll be a buyer out there to buy it usually.
Oh, I have a question.
And so then you can, now your lemonade stand example, let's say you have all the lemonade in the world and you want to go sell it. There's not usually a buyer out there, so that's the stock market. Go ahead.
Does someone if you do CVS, if you do a share, I think that's what it's called. Is there someone that gets more money than you, or is it you guys all get the same amount? Like
if you buy the stock,
yeah. Is there a lot of people that can buy it?
Anyone can buy it. Nick can buy it. So you get the same price as long it's whatever the price. That's a good question. It's whatever the price is marketed at, like whatever the price of the stock is. So today CVS, Nick said, was $59.
Yeah.
So you Nick, Sienna could buy it today for $59, but tomorrow it could be $65, and now you made $6. So it's whenever the day you buy it. It's like when you go to a clothing store, you buy clothes, right?
Yeah.
Well, what if they do a sale next week? Then it's 20% off. Someone got the clothes cheaper than you. So just the day you buy it. That's all. It's just the day. It just depends on the day that you buy the stock.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
I mean, you guys play in the Xbox. So you play Fortnite. Xbox is owned by Microsoft. Any other things you guys do?
TikTok,
TikTok, which I don't know what that's owned by, but who else? What else?
YouTube,
YouTube's owned by Google.
Instagram,
Instagram, Facebook. So that's a Nick. Nick, you like Fang? You said, right?
Yes, Fang, big mega cap tech stocks.
Got it. So Nick likes Fang.
There's Minecraft.
That's with Microsoft, I believe.
And then what about? Don't you guys like? Isn't there a store for like makeup that you guys like?
James
No.
Morphe.
No, but Ulta. I thought.
Ulta, yes. Ulta.
They like Ulta. That's what these girls go to. It's that's a public stock. ULTA. That's probably the stock you should buy.
Yeah, $232.85 a share right now.
Oh wow.
Is that a lot?
It's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, it depends what the market cap
What's
is.
the
but
most one? Who has the most?
Berkshire Hathaway, it's like 60,000, or no, it's like
Wait,
250,000.
What's the app? The app?
No, it's a okay. That'll be lesson 2. Nick, what got you into the stock market?
Just by watching all the news and what comes into the market, what forms the market with news, the numbers, how much of a company's worth. I wanted to figure out, is Apple really worth what it says it is?
Got it. So that's what got you into. How many years ago?
Well, my family, or my grandpap especially, always watches CNBC early in the morning. So he's been watching it for 6-7 years now, and I just started to get really hooked on it last year of watching it, or actually this year, watching it every day in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening to see what happens and what, because not all news stations do a stock market, unlike CNBC, where they have full-time coverage and they bring you earnings, news, political news, stock market news, and they have live interviews with different CEOs of a company.
Yep, you could learn a lot from that. I mean, Becky Quick, Andrew Ross Sorkin, Joe Kern. I know you watch that show.
Yep.
You can learn a lot from their interviews. They're very smart people, and they're very nice. I've been on that show a few times, or a couple. I don't know how many times, but I call it like so. They're very nice. You can learn a lot from that. And at the end of the day, like Warren Buffett says, you bet on the future of America. And if you believe that America is going to prosper, the market typically goes up. You look over the years, it goes up. There's going to be times when it goes down and it's scary. But learning how the market works and learning this stuff now is really important. So when you guys go to a store, and Nick, I say this to you too, when you go to a store or something, look at the company, look at the products, and look what company owns them. And that could be an opportunity for you to invest. So Ulta, and so we're going to, these are opportunities for you to invest and allow you to learn how this all works and allow you to get interested. I mean, I love that Nick's so passionate about it. And now he's going to be investing in Zoom because that's, the future of work is a lot of Zoom. So I think it's smart. But I think this is just very basic learning why the stock market exists. And the stock market exists for people to be able to sell shares and raise money to build the next iPhone or to build the cure for coronavirus. Companies need money sometimes to build stuff, when in every industry. So that's the stock market is a very efficient way to go out there and go public. And so any last minute questions? So I know.
Why is it called the stock market?
Why is it called the stock market?
Yeah.
Do you have a good answer for that, Nick?
Well, I mean, the NYSE is the New York Stock Exchange. It's based in New York, and it's all companies basically based in one, or such as what your stock is, Ulta. That is a NASDAQ. I mean, it trades at the NYSE, but it is a NASDAQ company. And I mean,
it's on a market. It's on a market. It's on a market, and it could be called the company market. But they say you're buying shares of stock. Warren Buffett replaced stock with the word, company. You're buying a piece of a company, but I don't know why it's called stock, but that's just a piece of stock, a piece of share. And maybe because of the old certificates of stock that you'd get back in the day when they had to hand them to people. That's what they did. It wasn't on the computers, back in the day. It was all yelling. You'd see this room, people would be yelling, buy 10 shares of Microsoft, and they'd, cross the way. It was pretty crazy. What's your...
So for if you want Starbucks or something, is there no limit to how much shares there are? There hundreds of people doing it?
There is a limit but you're not going to reach the limit. I mean,
How much is that?
there's no limit, I guess. Another company could buy another company. But if you wanted to buy 1,000 shares of Starbucks, what's Starbucks at, Nick?
After hours, $88.68 a share.
Okay, so 1,000 shares of Starbucks is $88,000. Okay, so I don't think you're going to reach the limit, right, Sienna? Yeah.
Wait,
But,
how
like,
many
how
times
much
can you?
people?
What'd you say?
Like how much people doing it?
There's a lot of people, thousands.
Yeah, so there's no limit for all the people.
Because
doing it?
there's people buying and selling. Yeah, there's no, it's very lit. Like if someone's buying a lot of Starbucks, like that's why it's perfect. So remember, like if you had stuff to sell and you priced it too high, like then people would sell it. So if there's a lot of buyers of Starbucks tomorrow, then some people would sell their shares and then the price would come down.
Oh.
It's a perfect, like you guys sell stuff on Facebook or you don't, but your mom may, and like, or your mom goes, I think it's like, if the price is too high, no one's going to buy. And the price goes way up, people will sell. So it's like a perfect market. But you'll see that when you get your shares, maybe not Alta, Nick.
So,
Alta's a little too expensive. We may have to go to CBS. But you know what we're going to do for the week? You're going to look at different companies and you're going to buy some shares of a company so we can learn this.
so you can basically do Starbucks. You can share like a lot of times.
Not share a lot of times. You buy it. Why do you keep saying share?
I don't know.
There's no sharing of it.
Oh.
You also have to buy and trade at the right time.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, Nick, I know this is the first way I met you, but I love your passion and your thirst, like to really understand the markets and to broadcast the markets. I know people are going to find you and learn from you. Maybe we'll make a course for children and how the market works. And I still know you guys don't totally understand the market right now, and you're not going to understand until you actually have a share
Well,
of
now
stock.
I feel like I understand it way more because when you ever told me, I got
had
so
no clue what you
confused.
were doing.
So,
I was
Sienna,
so
you feel Nick's been helpful?
Yeah, because whenever you tell me, I get so confused.
Yeah, that's
You
why I
make
figured
no
someone
sense.
that's a few years older than you would be better to talk to, right?
Jim Cramer, he's another good one to watch. Mad Money.
Yes, I used to work for him.
Who's that?
Jim Cramer, he's bald. He yells about stocks on TV. 6 p.m. That's another one.
Yep,
Nick, that may be too advanced for them, but that could work too.
Yeah, and traders and investors watch very closely on different things. So, like, traders and investors are watching stimulus talks over in Washington. If they don't like something that comes out of Washington, well, stocks are going to fall. Unlike Zoom video the other day when we had the sell-off, and the sell-off occurs when the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 Standards & Poor drop a significantly amount of points in a certain amount of time. So we can be up 325 points on the high and quickly drop to like -10 within minutes.
Yep, exactly. So that's but they're going to be more for long term. I don't think they're going to be trade. I don't think they're going to be trading. So yeah, they'll be long term, right? You guys are invested and they're going to be making active trades or no? Maybe. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Nick sounds like he's gonna be making active trades though.
Yes.
He's more advanced, guys. He knows his stuff.
Yes. He
Yeah.
does.
Watch CNBC Squawk Box. That's like one of the best shows, or that is actually the best show out there to watch.
Yep. So, or Benzinga. You can watch Benzinga stuff too, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nick. You got to cue that up, Benzinga. We're
Do I
gonna.
ever see one?
What'd you say?
Do I ever see you with them?
You ever see me what?
In the Benzinga thing.
You come on the show
YouTube
sometimes?
Oh
Yeah.
I remember that.
So,
I'll be
all
with
right.
Happy Hour tomorrow. I'll be joining Happy Hour.
Wait, what is that?
Happy Hour event with Benzinga.
Oh, good. Well, love to have you come on and chat with us. Yep. Just keep learning. Keep learning this stuff, and we will be in touch. And guys, say thank you to Nick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nick, I've been trying to teach him the market for a while, so
And I never understood.
and they never understood. So we appreciate this. I'll be in touch with you. Thank you, and good luck to Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Okay, we gotta end this. I don't know. I gotta end this. See.
You gotta